Hello, JDs and gentlemen. Good evening. Hope you all are alright, and welcome to yet another stream for WAOF1. We have a sprint race today. It's gonna be around the Austria circuit. I don't know, the Red Bull Ring. For those who don't know how a sprint race works here, or just haven't looked at the announcement, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a short qualifying session, which is gonna be followed by a 25% race, after which you are, if you are racing, required to stay in the lobby. The top 10 results will then be flipped. So if you finish 10th in the sprint race, you'll start on pole in the feature race. And yeah, mandatory pit stop in the 25% race, and besides that, it is just the regular goings. So that should be very good. Hello, Will. Hello, Doggers. You guys are very early as always. Good to see you guys. Now, if we have a quick flashback to last week's race, we will see that it was Gunnar who took his second win of the season and has shrunken that gap to Dorling massively. Dorling did have a very good start to the season, but Gunnar has started to pick himself back up, as Will was determined to beat Gunnar out of the garage today. Is this the case? Has it happened? Yes, it has, by quite a mile. But, yeah, last week was a fun race, a very fun race, and Ryanair got his first podium of the season, which was also nice to see. And he is back once again this week as well. He did the one stop and made it work beautifully. So yeah, I'd say that's pretty much the roundup. And now we shall get into the good stuff, which is gonna be qualifying. And well, Will's up first. So no pressure, Will, but we expect something big. Sub 1 minute lap time. Should be possible. That's what I expect. Look at a lovely toe. Actually, it might have been a bit too far back for a toe there. Fast in the middle sector as well. Of course, he is fastest because he's the first one. But these times are, I'd say they're good. They look good. And the wheel comes across the line. Kicks us off with a 1 minute 4.7. Jesus up next. A few other lap times have also started to trickle in. JSS comes across the line and goes into P6. Currently about half a second behind Hilly, who is on provisional P1. Seems to be quite a good track for Hilly, because he is ahead of last week's, well, almost the race winner, Ryanair, by about a tenth, which is quite a big margin around here. Onto the championship leader then. Just saw his teammate go into P8. Big amount of understeer. The left-hander definitely wouldn't want to have that there, and fortunately for him he doesn't. He comes across the line and he goes into second, but Hilly's still ahead. So Hilly's done something right. Someone's in the gravel, and that's Will. He'll be pissed off that I just caught that. Will in the gravel, and some lawn mowing to match. It almost looked like he was gone again. Anyway, let's go on to Douglas. He is catching up to the back of Will. He's gonna be completing his first lap time. Running number 37. Oh, and he invalidates on the final corner. Will is happy though. He did beat Gunnar out of the pit lane. Congratulations, you get a pity trophy. Is anyone on an actual lap? I don't think Licorius is. I don't think Atmo is. Is he Gent about to start one? And Watson is retired. Look at Watson, by the way, had a quali ban because he forgot to show up last week. So that's not the smartest decision, but he's at the back today. Missed the apex there on the penultimate corner, hit it beautifully on the final one though. He will come across the line and he will claim P14. JSS is about to start the lap. It will be his second run of the session. I don't know if any others are already on the lap or not, but we know he's about to be. JSS has been consistently towards the end of the top 10, maybe a little bit below. He is one of the true midfield warriors, but both him and Dorling are, if you look at it in a teammate perspective, leading their halves of the table. He's 6 stands up as well. That would be enough to go quickest. Wow. That's 2/10 quicker than Hilly. That is an insane upturn in pace. He seems to really like Austria. And into provisional pole. It's even quicker than Dorling. That's some insane pace. Might have a new #1 driver there at Alpine. Oh, never mind. Dorling immediately claps back, puts in a 103.9, is the first person to go into the 103s. And that is back to form where we expect him to be. I don't know if there is a stat somewhere or if I can find it anywhere. Dorling has literally started every single race from pole position, so he is truly Mr. Saturday. And he's leading the championship as well, which is even better. Hilly then on his second attempt. He's gonna want to try and get that pole position back from Dorling, but so far first sector he is at that down. That is a big rear end loss as well, and that will not help in the lap times. He is still gonna push on, but if this is still an improvement, then wow, really might be the goat. He's slowly starting to drop down the page as both Licorius, Gunnar and Chris have set in lap times as well, and it's all very close at the top. Top 4 within the 10th basically. And Hilly does back out of it. Will is improving and he's up by 2/10. Doesn't have a lot of battery left, but he can fly towards the line. And he can move up into the top 10 and closer to his teammate Vati. Valongis and Doggis, so far struggling with the track limits. They've not been able to put in a legal lap time yet. And if it were to finish like this, I believe that this would be JT Jen's highest start of the season, if I am not mistaken. And if I am, I do apologize, Mr. Gent. Valong is going again though. That's Akakev who just came across the line as well, and I think he just started a lap. Let's see where Valongis can put himself. Penultimate corner. Flies through it. And towards the line, Valongis puts himself into P7. Very nice lap time, and only 3/10 of his teammate. And it's all so close. I mean, the top 13 is within basically half a second. A little bit of playing room there. But it's all mega close. See, JSS is on another outlap. So, let's see then. What can he manage? Surprise challenger for Paul. But if he's going like he is, then, well, let's see what he can do. It's a 100th up. voorbereiding will have helped. Still up on his time though. And he ran wide, but somehow he's managing to keep his foot in. And he will come towards the line. Can he beat provisional pole? No, he cannot. That final wide moment was just a bit too much and he loses out by a tenth in the end. But the lap did look good. Doggers and no pressure Doggers, but you are currently last and you will need a lap time and there's not much time left at all. Licorious goes quickest. Big front sliding for Doggers. He will come towards the line and he'll put in a lap time finally, and it's good enough for P15. Not the cleanest of laps. He's about to start a lap that is quick. Oh, they're all Red Bull lawn mowing service. Who knew Red Bull did that? They're a very diverse brand, so I'm not surprised. Right, well, for his final lap, we're gonna be on with Dorling. And, well, we're gonna see if he can extend his pole position streak to, what is it now, race 6? I believe. Oh, that's the wrong lead of this tournament. Yes, race 6. Right. Here we go. He is improving. Admirals jumped into P3 by the way, and this time hopefully does not get disqualified for qualifying. That is an insane gain from Dorling. Licorious is done. Gunnar is done, and he once again cannot dip pole position. I don't think Hilly's gonna get there either. A bit of traffic for Dorling at the end. He's gonna storm towards the line, and he is gonna be on pole with a 1:03.666, unless anyone behind can do anything about it. But they can't. But to be fair, Ryan is on a lap, but he's in none. But out of nowhere, he jumps into P9 to be fair, which is nice. But pole position is for Dorling. There we go then. Pole position for Dorling, but the Red Bulls at the Red Bull Ring are in P2 and 3. And well, they would absolutely love it if they could end up with a win at their constructor home race. Now, on to the sprint. Right. What time are we going? We're going in 2 minutes. That is very nice. Is there anything in the reports that I've missed? Yeah, Vaxi got another 5 points deducted because he retired in the pit lane without proof of damage. And I think that's all the big stuff that is basically left over from last week's race. It would be good for Volungis to get onto the podium. Would be his first podium of the season, even though it would be in a sprint. A podium is a podium, and it does show good pace for the race. But if he gets on the podium here, his chances will be decreased, because the top 10 order gets reversed. Yes, and I think with that it now being 25, we could be going underway at any moment now. Right, there we go. Right, let's put the telemetry on, lap data step off. Put that on normal, keep that on as well, just in case. Antoine José is currently on for his highest finish of the season. His highest finish so far was P9. So currently he's in a good position, of course now finishing P6 with only 5 points. But still, nonetheless, it could be on for a good result for both him and his team. Oh, and Will has overshot his grid box. And here we go then. 3, 4, 5 lights. And underway. It's been a bad start for the Williams drivers. But at the front, oh, Valangis has immediately jumped off the podium. It's a bit of chaos throughout the back of the field, but Dorling still leads. Gunnar is up into third, and here we have Hilly, who is looking at Chris, who's absolutely sent it on JSS. And JSS gets a great exit. Around the outside. Oh, and Chris gets a better line. Oh, there's a bit of chaos at the back, and last week's almost surprise winner is down to last. Him, Bucko, Watson. They've all had a collision. And Vati's left the session. It's all kicking off. I'll quickly try and get Vati back in. If I can. Meanwhile, in the background, those guys are having a beautiful little fight. Dorling takes the lead. Pit stops are being made. Where are we with the lead? Here we are. Victorious is gaining massively on Dorling. He has a look on the inside, but decides not to go for it yet. A beautiful little three-way battle into turn 4. Licorius chooses the inside. Gunnar tries to go round the outside. It's 3 wide. Contacts being made all around the place, and Gunnar's in the gravel. And Licorius and Dorling still side by side heading into the middle sector. Licorius finally backs out of it and lets Dorling take the lead. No, he doesn't. He switches back. He shows his nose again on the inside. But not a really big overtaking place there in the middle sector. And Dorling has wandered off? Not wandered, that's walking away. Fended off the first attack. Fastest laps being put in. It is a mandatory 1 stop for those who did not pay attention. Hards for some guys. It is soft for Dorling, medium for Licorius. Some people opting for the mediums at the end of the race. Once again gaining with Licorius, but not enough this time. Hilly and Will going at it, and Will has made his way past Hilly. Hilly switches it back beautifully though. Just doesn't have enough drive to get through the corner and retake his position. Will has taken P8 and he's on a roll. JSS has had quite a bad start, to be honest. A few more guys spinning as well. Run JSS got from the exit of that corner though, and he's down the inside of Hilly. And well, he got the overtake done into the corner, but now is under massive pressure. He did not jump it down the inside though. It is an insane exit. Gonna quickly switch back to the lead battle, because look at them go. Oh, and there's contact between Licorius and Dorling. And Cooter almost takes the lead. Licorius has taken the lead finally though from Dorling, and Dorling has now dropped down to P3. He is under pressure from the Red Bull behind as well. And the whole top 7 is still within this battle. Does Dorling have damage? Dorling pits. Ah, he goes off the softs early. This could either be an absolute masterclass or he's absolutely fumbled it. He goes on to the hards. 13 laps to go. Could be a smart call. Sector 2, yellow flag. Who's that round? I believe it's Chris. It is. Let me go on to Chris. Chris is off the track. With the amount of spins that are happening, I'd assume that people are running aggressive setups. Or the tire wear is high. Admiral gets 10 seconds for speeding into the pit lane. Ay. Not what you want. Chris almost does the same. A few more pit stops happening, so the soft guy is going onto the hard. But with those guys battling ahead, I think Dorling has had an absolute masterclass here. GSS now had a look on the inside of Will. Following closely through that middle sector. JT Gent was in the middle of the pack and actually on a huge gaining spree. GSS's strategy might be about short-term game, long-term, not the other way around, short-term loss, long-term gain. That's what he and everyone who started on the mediums instead of the softs will have to work out. Dorling though has put himself in a great position. And at the moment the Red Bull 1-2, a safety car right now, would help them out massively, but they'll still have to double stack. And GSS decides to, two quick Alpines. It's weird to see. He pits and so does Gunnar, so good to see where both Gunnar and GSS come out in comparison. Gunnar, who started soft, who is now onto the mediums, is staying out a couple of laps longer. Well, he's behind Admiral and quite a while behind Dorling. So Dorling's been very smart. Very, very smart. Unless those hards are absolutely horrible, Dorling is in a great position to win this race. As the first Red Bull was in, and it is Licorius. Not the smoothest of pit entries. Gets out ahead of Hilly though. There you can see how big the undercut was. He goes onto the hards. At this point I wouldn't say that hards is the right call here, but you know, you never know. He might know something we don't. Jesus and Hilly are going at it. Not really have the same amount of pace as he did on the soft. Can't really stay with Hilly yet. But to be fair, he's also saving battery. These guys have been massively held up by someone. Delano is now there as well. It's almost 3 wide into the corner. Oh, and a bit of contact made. It's a dive from Hilly. A bit of contact made between Hilly and Chris. A little bit of friendly wheel banging. Hilly cannot get past it. Let's go to the behind shot. Just on board with Dorling. Hilly tries to get a lovely switchback, but can't just yet. Few more pit stops happening. Bucko is pitted. There goes Hilly past Chris. And a great exit from JSS. Oh, and he crashes into the back of Hilly. He's completely missed his braking point. And that is a big opportunity lost, and hopefully Hilly didn't get damaged as Gunnar. That's a penalty. So does Hilly have damage? If he does, it's probably side pod or floor. Yeah, it says it's not giving me the offboard shots. Doesn't look like there's damage, no. Verlanges with the fastest lap, and at the moment both he and his teammate are on for a podium. Albeit close. A lot of penalties starting to dribble in. Let's see if Verlanges can overtake Admiral on track. Admiral has some great straight line speed, to be fair, and Verlanges not really going for that overtake as Ryan has had another spin and he is down the order again. Not what he would have wanted. Been a sprint to forget. At the moment Chris would be on pole position for the main race. JSS, due to his move, he was weird. He has put himself in P11, and with that P11 as well for the sprint, and that penalty definitely won't help. There goes Molungis. One Red Bull goes by. How about the other? His overtake will be a bit more difficult because he will have to find the Ferrari who also has DRS, but still it's a 1-2 punch and the Red Bulls take P3 and 4, which currently would turn into P2 and 3 because of that Gunnar penalty, and if they can catch up to Gunnar, then they are in an even better position. At the moment, that bro would even drop down to P7. Him and penalty is just not a great combo. Douglas also gets 3 seconds. That is the lap car of Ryan, who is just letting people pass the big guys who are, well, in a fight at the moment are these guys, and that's Bucko sending it down the inside of turn 1 and almost coming together with Watson, who gets a bad exit, and Watson's hard into the wall. Wow. Watson somehow not getting, he does have damage to be fair, but not getting a wheel off the car. That was a hard hit. But Watson does survive. But not a great race, or not a great sprint race for the Haas pair. They are not doing great at all. Right, Delano has caught up to the back of both Williamses. Big rear end slide, but will Delano have the pace to even get past? Because he will need to have a massive run to get past Vatti, because Vatti will have DRS on wheel. He is definitely close though. He's gonna get one of them. Question just is which one. Oh, they've made him split them. That is some smart defense. Oh. Delano doesn't get past. Very well played by the Williams team. Delano has a lot more battery to utilize though, and he doesn't care where he makes the overtake as long as he can make it. He is trying to go around the outside of the penultimate corner on wheel, and now gets a massive run. Will give him the big squeeze as they head into turn 1. They swoop back to the racing line. Delano though has the corner, and out of nowhere Healy's arrived to the party. He takes 1. Can he take 2 as well? It will have to be a dive on Delano if he does. And oh, with him not even being past Will yet, which will happen now on the exit of this corner. I don't think he's gonna get Delano, but that was gonna be epic if it did happen. Tell you what, Hilly has pace on those mediums. Oh, what happened to Gunnar? Gunnar's dropped behind the Red Bulls. Oh, but Licorius has had a very bad exit. He's been re-overtaken by Gunnar. He locks up big time. Manages to keep it out of the rear end of Gunnar. Now pushing to get straight back past. This is the penultimate lap of the race. And he wants his second podium. Oh, yeah, wait, yes, his second podium of the season. And in the meantime, Valangis is in the, well, in the P2 position. And that is a beautiful move for Licorius around the outside to take it back. Now, probably best for his teammate to slow down a bit, give that DRS. Because that will, well, help out Licorius. And again, the two people behind him do have penalties. It is the final lap of the race. And the Red Bulls have played this well. We're gonna go on with Hilly, because Hilly is within overtaking distance as the two Williams drivers also go at it. Hilly has saved up quite a bit of battery. And he will push. At the moment it's not enough. A bad exit from Delano. I don't think Hilly's going to be making an overtake here. Watson gets another penalty, and, well, a man who has been on a mission this season. He took pole position in the sprint, and he will take the win as well. It is Dorling who takes victory in the Austria sprint, and there for his first podium of the season. Doesn't matter that it is a sprint, but it is Valongis in P2, it is Licorius in P3, and Delano and Hilly in the end get P4 and 5, and Admiral dropped all the way down to P9. How many penalties did he have? We can't see now because the race is finished. Admiral jumps down to P10. To be fair, it was all very close. But that is a huge loss. That does mean, though, that Admiral, due to his penalties, will start on pole position for the race. So that could be either the megaest of strategies ever, or just very good luck in a bad situation. But your reverse order for the main race will be Admiral on pole, Chris in P2, Vati third, Will fourth, Hooner in P5, I believe it is then Hilly in P6, Delano P7, Licorius and Valongis P8 and 9, and P10 will be Dorling. Yes, Admiral big brain move. Got enough penalties to start on pole for the main race. I'd gonna quickly scroll through this. Yeah, Admiral, oh, of course he had a 10-second penalty because he sped into the pit lane. Gonna quickly go over this as well. And quickly the pit stops as well, where we can see that I think everyone changed their tires. And now we shall go into the lobby. Well, with it being a break and them sorting out the grid and the new race and stuff, I would like for you guys to point out to you guys. Actually, am I going through in the lobby as well? Yes. Sorry. New party has been started, and well, with us being on break right now, I would like to point you guys to a cause that is special to my heart, because this month is Coven Cyrus Awareness Month, and if you're wondering what that is, Coven Cyrus is a rare disease which my brother has. And yeah, basically it's a rare genetic disorder that causes developmental delays, and well, some physical as well. And it's like 1 in 6 million, I believe. There's I believe 3 kids in the Netherlands, of which one's my brother. But it's that awareness month this month. So yeah, I'd like to just point that out to you guys, and if you are curious about it, do some research about it, and yeah, just try and support the cause. And if you want to know more about this as well, and don't want to Google it, feel free to send me a message, and I'll explain you all about it. And if you would like to donate to their cause, you can on their website, which is covenseries.org. Right, on to more more stuff. We have had the first few laps in testing. Well, not actual testing, but the Audi team have done a few laps around Spain, and I'm sure by now you have all seen the clips. And yeah, I think the engine sounds nice. I like it. I like the engine sound. I think it's gonna be a fun season. And the cars, also, they look better. I'll just say it. The cars look better than they did over the last few years. I'm done seeing those bulky fucks. I just want to see nice, smooth cars, and especially with the front wings we have now, which is just a throwback to like early, oh no, late 2000s even. It's just nice to see. F1 is slowly healing again. I cannot wait for the 26 update. It would be sick. Can we have just a car? It's front and rear wing and nothing else. So that would be a plane, no? Or a sled even. Just like a bobsled, you know? And while we're gonna wait on the grid, quickly gonna go for a toilet break and then, yeah, I'll be right back. I'm back. Why not, you ask? Well, I wonder why. I mean, if there's like just a front wing and a rear wing, that like it's not really car racing though, is it? It's no engine, so the drivers would have to just somehow manage to strap that onto themselves and then run around. To be fair, that could look interesting actually. Just like a two-lap race around, well, let's take Austria for example. Just the drivers running around the track with big front wings and rear wings strapped onto them. You know what? I see the vision. I see the vision. Yeah, you had a very nice battle as well. I think the way you guys have done the sprint so far, smashed it. But there is still a big race to go, of course. Which means it's gonna be a late one. Tell you what though, I cannot wait for the Monaco sprint race, 8th of February. That's gonna be fun. Have it marked in my calendar already. I'm genuinely excited for what you guys come up with there. And there we go, formation lap, and now we are gonna see the strategies. What has everyone done? Wow, disappointed. Everyone on the mediums, except for Verlangis and Dogashi, they are the true innovators. And yeah, well, the rest of it's all just the same, so kind of boring. But yeah, it saves us a lot of checking time. Right. Well then, this is a big opportunity for Vati and Will to do some damage, and for Will to get a podium, which I still have yet to see. He gets it on the other days, but I want it to happen here as well. Would be also a first podium for Vati. Would be a first podium for Admiral. Would be a first podium for Chris, who has been close, but not enough. And, well, of course, Gunnar is there, and he's in a good position as well to do some damage. Haley, who has not gotten a podium since the start of the season, he could be looking at doing some damage as well. Right. Everyone has lined up. Which means it is time for the lights. And we are underway. It's a good start from the Williams pair. But Gunnar is right on it as well. And look at the Red Bull go. It's 3 wide into turn 1 and it ends well. It's been a great start for Admiral too. I think that is a Will who is struggling a bit and has lost the position. Meanwhile in the background Hilly having to go around the outside of everyone to try and claw back the positions, and he has done almost. And now completely just side by side with Licorius. Just can't quite get it to go. Been a horrible start from JSS. He is down to almost last. He is side by side with Bucko. He sweeps to the corner. No, he doesn't, and he loses even more positions. Avoids Ryan nicely, who almost wins it around. He's down to P15. Horrible start there, and there we go. Admiral leads after lap 1. It's Chris in P2. It is Vati in P3. And Gunnar has lost out. Well, not lost out, he's actually gained. I meant Will has lost out, and he's down to P5. DRS is now enabled. Do we see anyone lining up a move? I think we do. It's, I believe, Watson on Doggers. Oh, yes it is. They make contact. Oh, big rear end spinning of the wheels. They're side by side as they head into turn 4. A bit of wheel banging. And Watson gets past Doggers. In the meantime, he has burnt all of his battery, but he's up to P11. End of lap 2 as well, and it is still Admiral who leads. But he does have Chris right behind him, and Chris just needs a good exit. Then he'll be fine. Gunnar is the one that's attacking first out of the top 5. And he is gaining once again. This time it's on the other Williams. That is a big dive. And that means it will be a better exit for Vati. Gunnar still there though, and he's pushing to try and get past. And he will want to do so as quickly as possible, because he needs that gap to Dorling to stay as big as possible. And at the moment Dorling in P7 has already made some nice gains. Is surely not into turn 1. I was about to say, wow. That would have been something. They have managed to pull away from Vati. So Vati is under big pressure. Chris stays behind for now, which means that Gunnar is going to be the one making the move, and he's done it before the braking zone. Very nicely done by Gunnar. Doesn't get the greatest of exits, and this is Chris's moment. He's going to go for the lead, and he's going to have to do it around the inside. When he breaks very deep into the corner, they make contact. Admiral tries to switch it back, but due to that contact he doesn't have the overspeed that he needs. He is still there around the outside, but he has to slow down in the end and concede. And Chris is your new race leader at lap number 4. Dorling has put himself in a good position with quite a bit of tire life, battery to use, as Let's quickly switch back to this, because there's Gunnar going very deep, and he turned an attack on P3 into almost a dive on P2, and behind it's the two Williams cars absolutely pushing it on Admiral. Gunnar is very lucky that that move didn't end up worse, but having done it, he's done it beautifully. Gunnar now up to second. Now Dorling just being patient. Probably be another 10 laps before we start seeing pit stops. You know, it could start to rain as well, but I don't know about the weather conditions. I think though, if it would rain, Douglas would have been very excited in the chat already. She is not at the moment. JSS gets a penalty. What's going on with him? He does not have the pace at all. Chris and Gunnar going at it. Chris and Gunnar are locked in with wheels, and Chris has managed to fend off Gunnar for just this lap at least. Gunnar did get past at one point, but Chris has defended it nicely and has more battery to use as well. Admiral, due to that little fight, has been able to claw back into the DRS range, which is bad news for the Williams pair, P4 and P5. Gunnar with the not greatest of exits. Meanwhile, Vatti had a very good one, but he is not pushing to overtake. Delano is though around the outside of Dorling. Oh, actually, that's the other way around, of course, because Dorling was in P7. Dorling, well, that fight's not over yet. A bit of contact made, a bit of slowing each other down. They're still side by side, and I think there is where Dorling takes the position. No, he doesn't. He can't sneak ahead, and Delano actually manages to crawl back. He has more battery. Oh, that is so close. But Delano stays ahead. Vatti, first to pit. Let me quickly go back to this, because these guys are going hard at it. That could be close. Oh, there's so many cars making a dive here. It's Dorling, it's Hilly, it's Watson, it's everyone. They're all side by side, 3 lanes back. And in the meantime, there's a battle for the lead as well. I just cannot keep up with this. Look at that, that's Watson on Dorling. Watson is right there with Dorling. Delano is somehow gone ahead of Licorius. And then Licorius is under pressure from your championship leader. In the meantime, Gunnar has taken the lead. And this would be a huge swing in the championship if it were to finish like this. But with how close everyone is, I really doubt it finishes like this. And Vatti has triggered a chain reaction. His first and early pit stop has caused a lot of other people to pull in. Which makes me believe that it is a 2-stop and Vatti is on hards. With everyone slowly pitting in now. That will be a bit of breathing space for Admiral, because behind him once again the battles commence and everyone is diving each other once again. Ryan gets 3 seconds, he has to cut the corner. There's no one on his inside, Hilly now on the attack. But he has to stay behind Watson. And Vati is within a fight for the race lead. In the meantime, Doris has also caught up to the back of this battle. Admiral also decides to pit. Oh, there's a yellow flag and there's the first spin. That is Ryan. Thankfully no one else was coming and he's managed to keep himself going as well. But that's him out of the running, probably for a podium. At least he is doing way better than he was in the sprint. He does have a charging Gunnar behind him though, and Gunnar, well, he won't wait long. Gets that job done. Vati now has to also immediately follow, but I don't think that will happen. He gets a mega exit over Ryan. Those tires are cooked. They are not gonna last very much longer, at least pace-wise. In the meantime, JSS just going his merry way. His pace from quali is just gone. Whoa. Again, people attacking each other. It's beautiful to see. Gonna be on with Hiddy. Hiddy is now pushing. Hiddy will probably do the one stop. He's sent it down the inside of Watson. And that is a beautiful dive. Hiddy is up into P3. And can now set charge for the provisional lead of the race. If he is doing a one stop. And Gunnar is doing a 2. That is Watson. Watson had a huge slide. How did he save that? You think Watson's tires are dead? He wants to comfortably do the one stop, which he's not gonna do now because he has pitted. You probably wanna make it to lap 15 if you started on the mediums. From that point you can confidently do the one stop. Still a long way, 21 laps on hard. Back to the train of doom. Which, to be fair, the actual train of doom is a bit further back. I'd probably say that's here. Look at that. This is the fight for P2, ladies and gentlemen. Or at least currently. There's two groups though, two groups of people on differing strategies. I think Delano pits, and he does. And the two Red Bulls now back in P1. In the meantime, Gunnar has overtaken Dogoshi quite a while before he hits the braking zone. JSS is about to make a move. and he gets it done. He moves up into P15 and his recovery drive has truly started. Haley's caught up to Licorius. Now Haley's pit window will be soon, but if everyone behind him has to pit again, he has masterfully played this. Oh, a bit of contact between all of them. That has given Verlungus an opportunity. Same goes for Vati, to be fair. They're all fighting. Torling has gone past Doggis. Vati immediately gets it as well. Doggis probably lets his teammate past. Yes, he does. That's some nice Ferrari teamwork. He still probably has to hold out for another 7 laps to do a 1-stop. But he pits now. 14 laps is the distance he could go on the mediums. I don't think he's doing 21 laps on one set of tires, so that would probably be 2. Yeah, it's kind of doomed if you don't, doomed if you do. Oh no! Healy, Verlungus and Gunnar, they've come together! Oh no, Healy, Licorius and Gunnar, what happened there? We're just flicking back through. Healy, Gunnar and Licorius off the track, 3 of them tangled. And that now means that Dorling is on for this win now. It is insanely unlucky. I don't know if any of them have damage. Doesn't look like it. Right. We have calmed down. Just chaos everywhere, to be honest. But it is Dorling who is now retaken the lead. Him and Verlungus did not have a long battle. And Chris now immediately gets that position of Verlungus as well, and that basically blocks Verlungus from being able to enter the pit lane this lap. So even if he wanted to pit, he cannot now. And the positive thing here for Hilly is, while he pulls into the pit lane now, that he has extended beautifully. And, well, he has about 10 lap fresher tires now than the guys who were leading the race. Quickly into tire wear, 8 lap fresher tires. That will help a lot. Yes, he's down to P15, but he's down to P15 in clean air. Oh, clean. He does have Licorius ahead. So it's not necessarily clean, but while everyone ahead will be fighting, he can just focus on his own stuff. was making an overtake on Nakakev into turn 1, which is a good position, and in the meantime gets close once again, and there's another bit of contact. It's Falungis again, this time it's Vati who's the victim. And it's cost Vati a chance at the podium. With the finish like that. Gunnar now can set charge. To try and gain back the time that he has lost. Again, another close battle. It's going to fail. Overtakes Columbus and Milano. Immediately gets past as well. Columbus tries to stay ahead of those guys. Just doesn't take the pace of Gordon. Real and Milano both move up a position. Him having hit it, still not past Victorious. So Hilly doesn't really have pace. It's Admiral and Fernandez, so they are in a two-stop. Where does Amy come out in comparison to Admiral? Admiral is 30 seconds ahead of him, the leaders. Maybe comes out on par with Admiral in his own fifth podium. They go side by side. There's my telemetry then. And Hilly beautifully overtakes around the outside. Fair, Licorius was also in that battle for not that podium position, so him being ahead of him isn't too bad. He has caught up with step behind Boris. Same Bogus was that's one place we can find. the outside. And that probably shows why he's gonna once again win the race. Delano also pits, and this probably means that, well, the safety car would be the only thing that could probably cause stalling this way. Unless Krista is out. There's a 15 tires, so I think out. And there we go, Chris is into the pit lane. Chris, in the end, has not lost out big time at all, and in fact, he could be challenging Cooner for a position. And look at Watson, by the way. Watson's up 15 places. He's currently leading the race. And there is the terror train once again behind. Everyone is attacking everyone. Doesn't matter whether your teammates or not. Overtakes are just being made. That is close again between Delano and Haley and Licorius. Elvati, but Delano does end up being ahead. Again, Delano on a charge, he makes another dive, and he's past Valankis. A great charge for Delano. geen rentlos voor de Red Bull there. Things appear to have calmed down a little bit. I am surprised about the lack of face with Joseph as well. He was there in the battle for pole and quali. And right now, he just doesn't seem to have any place at all. Watson, fair play to him for still being there. I doubt he will be for a lot longer. There's his penalty. He's pushing like mad though, you can only respect it. I wonder if he'll stay out. If he can stay with Gunnar, then he probably should. Because that will gain him a lot of time and positions with his rear end is starting to go. Well, with Chris also on a charge to get past Gunnar, I doubt this fight will last long. It's a big dive for Chris anyway. Chris is now gonna have to set charge. 7 laps. Can Watson stay ahead here? Not one stop. His tires are 7 laps old. They'll be 24 laps old by the time the race is finished. But he could do it, you know. With Ryan. Ryan is on a 1 stop. He's just right there in the mix. It would be very impressive if he manages to pull this off. So yellow flag at sector 2, that would be JT Gent getting a lap. Belanges and Vatli still once again going at it. Talk about the 1-2 pairing, and the other one will fight it out. This boy has gone past Licorius. By the way, if you are wondering why there's a bit less commentary currently, it's because my family has gone to sleep, so I have to be a bit more quiet. It should be obviously good. Watson is struggling, he's probably going to drop down to P6. If Ryan is too late, he can hold down everything else. Great result for Watson, stepping from the back, sending Ryan. Makes him hilarious. really fast for Langlies. He was coming back up to be fair. And Langlies keeps P9. Hilly has just had an unfortunate race, to be honest. He was doing well, he did everything right, just got tangled up in, well, other cars, and it has cost him. Oh, another bit of contact. And that is somehow not cost him a whole lot of time. Watson though still doing well. So is his teammate as Delano went off the track. It's gonna be E7 in the end. What a drive. Very startling though. Should probably just put it in medium. His tires are gone. He's lost a huge amount of time there. Oh, he has a puncture. No way. Oh, that is so unfortunate. And he spins it out. That is mega unfortunate. He did so well and he almost pulled it off. That is scary news for Ryan. He's not all retired. Up entered the final lap of the race. Does he try and overtake this? I don't think he will. Necessarily. More yellow flag. Does Gunnar run out of fuel? I don't know. Here is Dorling though. Doesn't matter where he starts, he'll win anyway. And he will massively extend the gap in the Drivers' Championship as he wins in Austria in the main race as well. It's Chris who takes second, it's Gunnar who takes third, and Lado in P4 with penalties. So Admo gets fourth. Now this is a whole kerfuffle of cars. Ryan in the end drops down to P10. But he did so well. Yeah, a man was unlucky. Does he still get fastest lap? Yes, he does. And then Doris is the man we're waiting for, driver of the day for today. There's just no one that has performed better than Dorling today. There just was no one close. He has won the sprint, he has won the main race, he got pole position. Doesn't matter where you start him, he wins. And he is your driver of the day for tonight as well. And that brings this very nice stream to an end, and I would like to thank you all for watching tonight's race. Well, both races. And if you have enjoyed, be sure to either follow on Twitch or subscribe on the YouTube channel. And once again, yeah, we'll see you guys next week for another epic race as this year always delivers. Have a great rest of your weekend. Well, have a good start to your week actually, and good night.